This morn I was awaked by the singing of the birds ashore, from whence we are distant not a quarter of a mile. The numbers of them were certainly very great, who seemed to strain their throats with emulation, perhaps. Their voices were certainly the most melodious wild music I have ever heard, almost imitating small bells.
Coming onto Blue Mine and hearing the number of birds singing and the number of keruru that we've seen just sitting in the trees watching us makes you realise just how few birds there are in and around Picton. Look at that tree there.
It's low, isn't he? Wow, I've never heard them sing so low.
So people arriving in New Zealand brought introduced species with them, and so what happened was that those species bred up in numbers and then started to impact heavily on our native populations of insects, birds and lizards. The rats are the villains in this whole saga of predation, because they build up in high numbers very quickly and absolutely move through like a plague of locusts through our native ecosystems, cleaning out everything as they move through. So it's really important that we have the power of people to bring and restore our native species back to life. The time has come, New Zealand's up for that challenge. And I'm really heartened by the community groups that get in behind pest management.
I think the Picton Dawn Chorus project is really important because I want my children to grow up hearing lots of native birds, not just the small handful that they hear at the moment. And the only way that's going to happen is if we make our towns and our reserves pest-free. The aim of the project is to make about 2,000 hectares of land in and around Picton, Waikawa predator-free, aiming to eradicate rats, stoats and weasels and possums to begin with. And we've split the project into 4 parts. First is the Victoria Domain. It's a very popular walking area near to the town. The second part is urban land, so we want people trapping in their gardens. And the third part is the wedge, and the reason for the Victoria Domain and the wedge is to protect Kaipupu Point, which is in the middle of those two. And then the last part, the fourth part, is basically everything else, the hills surrounding Picton.
Before Dawn Chorus, I was heavily involved in getting rid of the rats off Kaipupu, where we had a wonderful team and a large number of traps that for a period of time, but it was only about 2 months, we were rat-free. And then very disappointingly, rats started to come back in again, and we realised they were swimming in from surrounding land. And so that was a catalyst for us to move ahead and form a halo around Kaipupu.
Since the predator-proof fence came in, the number of predators on Kaipupu has really reduced, and the number of native birds has increased. And with the Picton Dawn Chorus coming around the outside trapping, it's reduced the number of re-invasions, and that's really beneficial to Kaipupu. And one of our dreams is always to see and be able to sit on the beach in Picton, having a feed of fish and chips and hearing the call of kiwi, or seeing keruru fly past and things. And it's something that has been missing, and it's really important to get that kind of thing back.
My dad used to talk about, sometimes I'd get enthusiastic about helping out and whatever it was when I was younger. And he'd say to me, it's only a drop in the bucket, Carol, it's not going to change anything. What I personally am doing is just a drop in the bucket. If it's only me doing one track and nobody else does anything, nothing's going to happen. But if lots of people get involved and we get the support, it will make a difference. The bucket will fill, the pests will reduce, and it is going to be better. We're going to have more birds will come back, and yeah, it's going to be even more special place than it is now.
So we wanted to be part of a really cool community project.
Can you see any rats stuck in there? No. And why are we catching rats? so they can't eat the bird.
What's your favourite bird?
And my favourite bird is a kiwi birdie and a goat.
I'm involved with Picton Dawn Chorus, mostly through the bird counting in town, and also because I've got a good-natured gas trap in my garden for catching possums. And it would be really great if every fifth house or so could have some sort of pest trapping. I'm hoping by having one of these gas traps that we'll have a lot more bird life around town, and it'll be really nice to get up in the morning and have my cup of tea and be able to hear tuis and bellbirds in the garden.
So to make this work, we've got lots of people have helped in lots of different ways. The men's shed have been building the traps for us. We've got volunteers that are going out on a regular basis checking the traps. We've had support in terms of making the website and use of social media. We've already had support from New Zealand businesses with a particular interest in conservation, and Black's Fasteners have donated lots of fixtures and fittings for our traps. Chalky Digits have supported us, and we need local business as well to come on board to support the project. So we really need your help with trapping in your garden, coming and volunteering on trap lines, or supporting the project in any way you can, so that we can restore bird life in Picton close to what it is in a place like Blue Mine Island.